basically.
Yeah.
From 2000?
Well, it had to be like 2002.
Well,
That's close.
They did ask.
Dale Robinson died, and I was appointed to be his.
No wonder you're never home.
That's what I was supposed to ask you, because I'm gonna call
And I didn't want to run this one.
You'll see how much more time you have to yourself. Really nice.
Wow. Now, all the board members are on this and the town. And I'm afraid that Southland's gonna get crap on.
Just,
You can still come here.
No, I'm done.
I didn't say
I
it.
told my wife, I
Still can't
voted
wait, you didn't let me
my
cry.
life so that
That's what I never can say.
Don't sue it. Tried to do everything but handcuff you.
I know we're both-
I didn't like you walking home that late at night.
Belleville is majority Republican by far.
I signed up on it.
Well, me, the
What did I have on the
people,
minutes? I thought you had put it back on.
Well,
Oh, no, there's a lot of
election,
rain
not
stuff
bad.
on there.
Yeah, but it's not, we're not doing
When
that.
you got on the board, it wasn't majority of the public, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they give me that, I didn't realize, I guess I
Yeah.
didn't realize. All right,
That's
then if that's on your thing, take it off.
Me and Joanne McKinney.
I don't think.
Is it on there?
Dave Shalabart and Jeff Shore. And I think Mike Murphy
And I think some of
was
the
a
office
Republican.
I couldn't go through that
they
at all.
probably showed up on Monday, but it got changed to Tuesday.
After I,
So they can call it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
Mike Murphy
Republican,
was
so if
Republican.
they, unless
Yeah.
they're, you see somebody and they're asking about.
after I got to looking,
So we don't have.
20 of my votes have passed away or moved in the nursing home from the last time I ran.
Oh, jeez.
Good hill that I'm wanting to give my hints. I'm one that dumb ass on Democrat airport. And give me a list of Democrat phone
He said
numbers,
that, that was my first thought.
and he never did.
What did you just pass down?
This is.
Oh, I want to know how much that is, so I can go ahead and type it
Okay.
I'm fine,
Is there,
like I said, I looked for somebody else out in the town to hire. And nobody would do it, so.
in. I don't know if he's out yet. I don't know if he's still in the ICU. I have to sit down.
So I'll probably hear from my board members. Cause I told that guy from the paper, make sure there's a boy in the south end. And not please your middle.
he knew it. He's trying to find somebody.
Newly elected.
Oh, he wanted to know if I knew
Training that they started.
an example, like, they built these new apartments down there. And 200 people didn't want it,
That's,
and they
That's
did
what
not
I'm
even consider.
Who's that?
Wow.
Same size as Fred's.
yes.
I think I.
Well, he could have Francis too, his brother.
Oh,
I
Francis.
told him
Francis could probably use
Oh, I
Francis'
issues
help.
I
Francis,
have
Francis.
are there.
Yeah, Francis is about as big as, well, not even, not as tall as Francis.
No, but he's giant.
Yeah.
Residents there would run it down, and they haven't.
Could you imagine yelling for his kid?
And I was worried about,
Here,
you know,
he's still in.
selling to
Did he?
evening, everyone.
Somebody all.
Esteemed, we'll do the prayer, the pledge.
Before we pray tonight, just to let you know that Fritz
Robinson.
Robinson, last name, Fritz Robinson has stage 4 cancer, and so let's pray for him tonight as well. Lord, what we're about tonight is business in town of Daleville, but really what really important people. We pray for Fritz, stage 4 cancer that's really serious, God, so we ask that you be with him, that you would sense your presence, that you would give him peace. Pray for his daughter as well, that's already lost his mother, or lost her mother. And, pray that you would give her the same. Lord, we thank you that you are with us. We thank you, God, that you oversee all things, including organizations like ours, municipalities and governments. Pray, God, that you would direct our steps tonight. May we do what is best for the community. In Jesus' name.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll calling.
Steve Rogan.
Here.
Adam Jones.
Here.
Tammy Carter. Joe Scott.
Here.
And Tom Robbins.
Here. All right, board minutes. Everybody got a chance to read them? Can I get a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve October's meeting minutes as written.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, financial reports. We passed along the, we got bank reconcilements going through, and who signed off on that, Joe?
Yeah.
And it was for what, the month of September, I think?
Yeah.
Everything okay there? And the employee payroll distribution's being distributed, and the revenue detail history is being reviewed as we speak. So we'll move on right now. Delaware County Regional Wastewater District monthly report. Everybody got a copy of what Jason sent out? I don't have a copy in front of me, but it was boring, regular stuff.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate
Yeah.
his reporting to us.
Yes.
So it's 811 locates, it's maintenance, but nothing, no real big issues or anything like that. They still haven't started the little project that's gonna go on Wild Cherry. I think it's going to happen even in the summer. So, as far as the summer, so, all right. Claim docket. Can we get a motion so that everybody had a chance to review the claim docket? Can I get a motion? Steve, why don't you do that for us?
Oh, okay. All right. Claim docket for $294,877.44. Move that we approve it.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you very much. Everybody sign that? Everybody but Steve.
I haven't seen
It's
this. I
scribbled.
want to look at it.
Departmental reports. Sanitation, Joe.
On the porta potties are picked up or not?
I have not, Steve, do you?
Nothing.
No, so it's just on the other day.
I'd say they're still there.
I'll try to
Last I saw.
remember to call tomorrow. That's
They
all
always
I
have to be reminded.
The big pickup weekend went well, didn't it?
Yeah.
How many times do you have to squish down the trash bins, Brad? Seven times? Each one?
Yeah.
That's good news, I guess. Get rid of it.
Can we
I
get
could.
more?
Now, I took things out, that's my favorite week, to take things out to the highway. And by the end of the week, most of it's gone. People have stopped by and picked it up and carried it off.
Well, mine too.
Any other questions here, Joe? Water, what's going on, Brad? Right now, we're working off partially
Right now,
off
we're working on
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield, our water tower got cleaned and inspected. Got a couple paint spots, they redid the paint in a couple spots. Hopefully we can flip it back on. Fill it back up Wednesday or Thursday, then I'll take a sample, and then we'll get back over to our water.
Okay, sounds good. It's nice that we have a town close like that we can work off of. They use us, we use them, and it works really well.
You work really well with them.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So we appreciate you building that relationship there, Brad. Any questions of Brad on the water? By the way, yeah, we do have, I don't want to steal his thunder, so we'll let him cover that. So hang on that. Streets, Mr. Reel, what do you have to report on Mr. Reel? Well, what about the,
What?
the,
Oh, we got all the crack sealing done.
there you go.
All the crack sealing got done in
For your money.
4 days.
We'll get billed.
And they sealed a lot.
Yeah, they did a lot. So that got done while I was gone. Yeah, it feels like you got speed bumps, but it'll thin out.
Yeah.
It'll smooth out.
And then we had a little bit of discussion while you were gone traveling the world with Angie Moyer about going on for next year's, looking at doing something for next year. So you know about that, and you're gonna be getting with Angie and we can work through that.
I mean, next year, I'd like to get where they did all that storm warning back here in Sargent Edition.
Yeah.
Get that all redone.
Yeah.
That whole road,
Yeah, it needs to be fixed.
where they got out in the road and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, every road in town has been touched in six years.
Well, I tell you what, you drive through Munson, you should appreciate roads in Belleville.
Yeah, or Anderson.
We're
for that
Yeah.
number one
Anderson.
or number 2 in Delaware County.
Yeah.
It's the roads.
P and Z, Kristen.
We discussed again about the stray and runaway animals. Adam said he's gonna try to get that taken care of officially this month to try to get a deal put together with Muncie. Still no updates on the 2 properties that we are waiting to get cleaned up. And then we are making a recommendation to the police department about checking plates on cars on the house on South Kentucky Street.
Okay.
And then we have a couple of spots that are coming up due to be filled at the end of this year. Mike Waitman's spot on the BZA board ends at the end of this year, and he did say he wants to continue.
Okay, good.
And then for planning and zoning spots, mine and Terry's are up at the end of the year, and we both are willing to continue our spots. And then we wanted to see if Joe Scott would want to continue as a citizen.
No.
Okay, so then we'll need to fill his spot. That spot will be open.
We still have one Democratic position open too, don't we, on the zoning?
Well, that was the one that was gonna ask
Yeah.
Joe to do, so then you need a Democrat, and then you'll have to, beginning of the year, a new board member will have to be put on
That's too bad we don't have a member that would be willing to serve.
there.
He's throwing his voice your way, Joe. It's like a ventriloquist over
Whatever
there.
happened to Brian Douglas?
I think part of that's my fault, because he asked, I went out to text him tonight to say, where are you, Brian? And the last text I got from Brian was, when's the next meeting?
Oops.
So I apologize, and I will text him as soon as I get out of here tonight and say, it's gonna be December, whatever it is.
You need to give him just a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, anything else, any questions for P and Z? Okay, good.
Todd's,
Oh.
the correction.
Oh,
No, I don't think
we
we
don't
need
have
to
to take
address it.
board
Okay,
action,
good.
I'm just gonna get it changed.
Okay,
Go back to the You can.
You wanna talk about that?
The only thing is, it caught me off guard that our minimum square footage is 64 square feet on a new build at this point. And I think that's probably something we should think about increasing. Not substantially, but maybe a couple square feet, minimum size dwelling.
We can talk about that. I don't know, we,
Wasn't there a reason like you couldn't legally, I have to finish John, because it seems like we had a thing about you couldn't have the minimum square footage less than what, like the double or the modular homes are or something? Is that like,
Well, that
you
would,
would discriminate against something like it?
well, you wouldn't want it less than a double wide because you want something bigger than a single wide in town.
Right.
Because they could meet the minimum requirements. It was just a single wide trailer.
so 8 square feet are a double wide typically.
Usually 80 by 34. I'll let the math
That's-
whizzes do
That's
that.
over 2,000 square feet.
17 by 40 is a usual single wide.
How much?
17 by 40.
Whoa, that's way too small.
680.
So it went from way too small to way too big. The other one was 27, almost 2,800.
But anyway, that, I knew there was something like that.
Mine's not that big.
What?
Mine's not that big.
Yours isn't that big,
Mine's 24 by 80.
24 by 80?
That's 1,900 square feet.
Well, we can
It's
deal with
just
that.
something, yeah, something.
Okay.
We'll put it on the agenda for.
We can put it on agenda for next year. We have a new board.
Yeah.
Police department. You got any, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, other than business as usual, you know, as far as regular calls are concerned. The chief did tell me today that they were approved or received their BJA grant, which is for the bulletproof vest. It was in the amount of $15,000, but that is a matching grant.
Oh, ouch.
So we go 50 on anything.
Well, I don't know, is it 50/50 or is it, sometimes the match is less?
I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that.
He says the town's half will be $15,000.
Oh, okay.
How much are they? What's the grant?
15.
Oh, the grant's 15 too. Also.
Yeah.
So it's 50%.
Yeah.
So the total grant's 30,000? No,
Total grant's 15.
Oh, we have that.
And they'll match up to 15,
we have to match.
so we could spend up to 30,000.
Yeah.
And get 15 reimbursed via the grant.
Okay, anything else for police? Well, we want to mention Operation Christmas.
Yep, that is the 16th, November 16th.
No, December.
There we go, I was like, wait a minute.
No.
I'll get it right. December 16th.
What are our applications due? Do you think?
They are due the end of November, I believe.
Okay.
Or right around there.
Get that on the TV camera.
Yeah, and the chief just clarified or solidified it as a 50/50 grant.
Okay.
So he is this other person watching.
All right, Park Department, anything going on, any?
I did have a note from the park department. I think it was about our ordinance. Oh, well, two things. The park wants to spend $1,500 out of our park donations funds to add to our Christmas decorations. We have, more than enough to cover that. I don't know where my-
Park fund.
Yeah, in the donations fund, we're out, totally out of the donations fund.
We've got
Yeah, but we're 18,000.
13.5 in there, yeah.
Yeah, so it's, so we have plenty, but 15, up to 1,500, there's a somebody must have taken them, 'cause that's what I thought of. Or just to add some things, because we try to build on it every year. And we have one person whose term is up on the park board, and that is Tammy Anthony, and she is willing to stay. So she will need to be appointed next year. When you do all the appointments, you guys do all this.
It's a board.
So do we need a motion on the, giving approval to spend up to $1,500 for Christmas decorations? Is that what you're wanting, or are you just informing us?
Well, we voted to do it, but I suppose you guys
We
are
have to-
controlling.
What's the?
I don't think so, because they have a separate board.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have to approve our expenditures.
No.
Okay,
They're
well,
not
so we're just
asking
letting you
money
know.
from the town, it's just coming out
Yeah,
of
because it's donation money, so.
All right, new business. It's a big show now,
Oh, thank you.
ARP solar update.
Yes, okay. So,
Exciting news.
you want me to do the solar first then, I assume? Yeah. All right, so solar is on, finally. Year late, but it is on. Generating wise, if you take a look up on the board, surprisingly, right now, we are not generating anything.
He's got.
Where's the sun?
What's wrong with the system?
But, let's see, analysis, nope, monitoring. Power, all my statistics went away. Okay, here we go. We are generating, roughly 3,200, 3,600 kilowatt hours a week in November sun, so far. Where that comes into play, and I've taken some notes, is based off of our electrical usage. Last year in this building, between this time last year and now, we used 180,000 kilowatt hours of power for the year. So when you take a look at the average, that's roughly 15,000 kilowatt hours a month. Looking at November's production, based off of November's sunlight, we will produce 13,000 hours or kilowatt hours a month on our grid, which is 90% of our average usage. Thing is that production will go down a little bit more in the month of December and January, but it is going to go up significantly in the summer months. So we may possibly be overproducing. First year, that's not a bad thing. That will work itself out. Years 2 on, we can only get credit for the amount that we consume over the course of the year. So we may have to come up with additional things to use, stuff like that. The plus side here is that we are looking at some point in the near future purchasing an electric police vehicle, like the Blazer EV is one of the ones on the list. That will help offset some of this extra in production. So I think we are doing quite well, and I'll just continue to monitor as the months go and see how the averages work out. But we may eliminate, pulling this out, a $3,000 a month bill, which would be great. So water plant wise, when I looked at that bill, that situation is just even a little bit better. So both of these plants basically produce about 60,000 kilowatts of capacity. So they're about equal. So the production wise is going to be roughly equal. But the water plant bill is slightly lower than the town hall bill. So it would be in a better situation there. Again, worst case with our system is that we take a couple panels down, we move them to where we need, or we, with some of our extra equipment that we have, maybe we deploy at the street department or at the pump house or something like that. So we're good.
That's good news.
Finally, I think we're good.
Any questions? Yes.
Well, I have several, but I was waiting for everybody to get done. So, you want me to ask now or?
Oh, you can go ahead. Yeah. Thanks for being here, by the way.
No,
This is
no problem.
Barb.
On the solar thing, what all does that service?
Yeah, so
Good question.
the panels over here are designed to serve this building currently. So that offsets our town, this building's electrical usage. It is not set up like a solar field for a utility company that would just help generate power for a given area. This would specifically help offset the increased utility cost of having this new building.
Sure. That's the only thing?
That's the only thing.
Then we have one at the water tower.
Yes. There's one on the water plant grounds that
A
helps.
separate solar system?
Yeah, completely independent from this one that helps run that building. There is not a battery backup on those systems, so they're not, when they overproduce, they're not like charging batteries that we use at night. They're simply just there to help offset our overall consumption. So during the day, they are producing significantly more than what we're consuming. So we just kind of eat into that credit at night. And, obviously over the course of the entire year, the bill just kind of averages itself out.
So what's the goal? Is the goal to increase that to like service the whole town?
No, but we would have to become a utility to do that or have land that, could be used by the power company for that. This overall was purchased when the government was giving out ARP money, or they call it the American Rescue Plan, to help towns do things. And they opened up what we could use that money for. And so we chose to invest, let's say a majority of that into these two fields. That way it was kind of one-time money that will pay us back over the next 30 years.
When it first came out, it was so limited of what it could be spent on. One of them was infrastructure. And so that's where we went that way. And then it started expanding, which you could buy, but we had already committed. So, and I think it's good investment anyway, so.
Yeah, we spent roughly, 330,000 on it. And it should pay us back well over $1 million of today's dollars over the 30 years.
Or what
I
we
hope it
would have
lasts that
spent
long.
on.
Yeah, certainly what we would have spent.
Yeah. I hope it lasts that long, because don't you have to service them and?
They're warranted for the next 25 years, fully warranted, not prorated, just if anything goes wrong at all, it gets replaced.
Okay. You mentioned trailers. I didn't get what you were talking about there.
Go back to the square footage on the minimum.
Are you saying that people can bring trailers into the city or into the town and set them up, but it has to be a certain square footage, or what?
Todd, can you help us out there?
They were just talking about a minimum square footage for a house, and they're using trailers as a measuring stick as to what was the square footage of trailers as a measuring stick.
For a house?
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
That's what it sounded like.
How big is a trailer?
Right.
We want something bigger than a trailer, so they don't move trailers in. That's a rationale for the counties as well.
The idea is you might move in a double wide, but then that would still have to have approval.
So you still gotta get the permits and everything, but we were just using it as a measuring stick as how big is 864 square feet? It's bigger than a trailer.
To give you some background, there was a question that had come up regarding our ordinances as to what is the minimum size of a building that you could put in. And currently it is 864 square feet is the minimum ground level square footage that you can have.
For a house.
Yes. And so we were briefly talking, and I said, I think that that's probably a little under where we should be if we're trying to increase the overall individual house value in town. And so we just briefly touched on that, which then brought that over as, John's measuring stick.
Yeah, that'd be a small house. Okay. So is there land for that? Is there property to buy for people to build a house or put one on, or?
There are limited spaces, yeah, sure. But people have empty lots or something like that, sure.
There's some empty lots in town.
Not very many.
I think there's a couple still over in your addition. isn't
Yeah,
there?
there is, yeah. About 3, I think.
It still has to go through approval.
Who approves that?
They don't really, I mean, that's all done privately, right?
Building commissioner does,
Yeah.
different building commissioner does, they have. Building
We have to meet
commissioner.
certain standards.
So that's
Yeah.
in Muncie?
No, that would be good. They have to meet our,
Back there.
our standards.
I see. Okay. What's P and C?
Planning and zoning,
Cleaning and zoning?
planning and
Zoning.
zoning board.
The board?
It's a board, yeah.
And what kind of project for the wastewater? I didn't get that part.
Projects for,
Oh, the Delaware County wastewater.
Oh, it's a report.
yeah, that's just a report we get every month from the Delaware County Regional Wastewater District, and they're doing a project. We have a section on Wild Cherry over there that doesn't have a sewage. It's a septic tank.
Oh,
And at the time when they put it on in the whole town, they couldn't do theirs the right way, and it was gonna be way too costly. Nowadays, it's much cheaper to do, and so, they came in and said, hey, we'd love to do these houses now, so that's the project.
so the people gonna have to pay a
No.
certain amount?
Actually, it worked out great. The county funded it with, I think they funded with ARP money,
They
actually.
did.
So it's worked out a great deal if they opted in. If they don't if they didn't opt in, then later it's their cost.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Come in after the fact, you have to pay for hookup.
Yeah,
They will have to pay a monthly service charge.
Right.
oh, that,
Yeah,
well,
just like we
everybody
do.
does.
Yeah, just like we do.
Yeah, they're just part of the.
Is that the same report that individual people get?
Same bill.
Oh, no, the
No,
report,
The report.
The report.
Oh, no,
Because
you-
we get a report, a water report, but that might be for the water tower, I don't know.
You get
You get a water bill.
Yeah, you get a
Water
water
bill.
bill.
Well, yes, but we also get a report.
Every once in a while, you'll send us a reading of what the water, how good it is, or.
Oh, yes, yeah, we do that
Yeah.
yearly, that's done in April.
That's
That's a mandated report that we have to send out.
That's
Right, but this is
Water
different than
testing.
what you're.
Right, no, yeah, that's completely different, that's for our, we have the water utility, the town owns that, Delaware County. owns that.
basically the report that Tom's talking about is a maintenance report. And then they also talk about billings and things of that nature that they've had to do.
Or whether the price is gonna go up.
No,
well,
I mean, that would
determine that.
become the report, I suppose.
the board determines that.
well, no, that's all based off of their board.
Their board, not
Oh, yeah,
us.
that's right, that's true. That's true, that's not.
A while back, we had gotten into a conversation with Regional Wastewater that we needed to know what was going on, what they're doing to justify the rates that they charge the residents.
Good idea.
And so monthly, Tom is given a report by them as to what they're doing in our area.
So is it justified? It's
You'll know.
awfully high. It's awfully high.
Let's just say they are doing stuff, and we're glad to get the report. Glad to get the report.
Yes, sir.
Can we back up for a minute on the solar panels over here, the big ones? Is there room for a critique on the installation of them?
Yes.
One of them does not match the others in height and adjustment. And it never has since day one. And it's an eyesore. And probably it's been noticed other than me.
Yeah, it was worse. They have made corrections to it to try to fix it more.
It's got a ways to go yet.
Yes. Yeah, when you're in this building, say like up on the second floor and you look that way, it's even worse than when you're at ground level
Okay.
driving past it. Yeah. So we just got the system turned on last week. So we're still in that, part of the process where, yeah, it's working, but now it's time to start fine tuning things.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right,
So, well, I'll go ahead and do it, because we're almost done with the agenda items.
go ahead.
Just so you guys know, and this has been mentioned in other meetings, the location of those panels was like we'd call it Plan Z. That was not originally where we wanted them. And then the next few places that we tried to get them placed, that wasn't where we wanted them either. But this ended up being really about the only place that we could put them, and it still serviced this building.
The rumors I've always heard about them, they're to feed the school only. Is that true or not?
No,
Yeah.
it's this building only.
I
Now,
don't think so. But that's the rumors around,
the
goes around.
school
School
is,
has one.
well,
No,
there's,
they're looking for one.
they have contracted with the same company that we went with, but with different subcontractors. Because of the experience that we had, they are putting in a system similar size, just to kind of get their feet wet. But they use considerably more electricity than we do. So they're just like in the first stage.
I have another question. Did any of you guys get anything to do with Sanctuary City? Or Sanctuary Town,
No,
becoming a sanctuary town?
A sanctuary town?
you mean for like migrants,
For immigrants.
immigrants.
We haven't, I'm the first, and we don't have anything, nothing, we've not received anything
I guess so.
asking us for me that, yeah, even approaching it, we haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, so, okay. Anything else?
Did I hear something about EV vehicle for the town?
We talked about it, explored the
Okay.
issue.
Are we giving opinions on it?
Sure.
It's a very bad idea. I'm trained on that stuff. And it doesn't work. And when it gets below zero, it's not gonna go nowhere. And if they say it's supposed to go 30 miles, it'll go 5. And it just doesn't work. And when the battery cost comes up, $20,000 for batteries on things like that. Just a thought.
Appreciate it. Okay.
This is Ottawa, Canada.
I know, Fred.
Okay, you know Fred?
They're my neighbors.
Oh, that's right there.
And they're gonna get, and the police is gonna get some vests? Is
Yes.
that what you said?
Yeah.
For each person, or?
With grant money.
The dog too.
Well,
You don't know.
we don't
I
know.
don't know.
I
It's
don't know what he
possible.
already has, I don't know what he has for him.
Doggy will be mad.
Ace will want a vest.
All right. Anything else, Adam?
No.
All right. Grocery store update.
I haven't heard anything more. I need to follow up with Brad, on if there's been any contact with him.
All right. Days of Beneficence. This is, John, I don't know if you've been around when we do this. Basically, we call it Days of Beneficence because it came up with the idea from Ball State. Basically, every year since pandemic, Ball State has given the days between Christmas and New Year's off with pay ever since the pandemic. And so we started doing that here in the town to reward the staff for being so dedicated, especially during the pandemic. And so that's up for another approval this year. So it'd be basically the days between Christmas and New Year's, that week.
What is it, December 26th through?
So this is another paid vacation, then, right?
Yes.
Yes, functions like.
26th through the 31st.
Do you amend the salary ordinance to add that to their benefit?
It's on the salary.
Okay, it's already on there, okay, no problem.
The police, they just get an extra week to take when they can, since they have to provide coverage.
So they're compensated, not compensated,
They
but.
don't get 1.5 days for each day. they're
Right, right. They take another day off.
26th to the 29th.
So can I get a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the benefits for the December 26th through the 29th, between Christmas and New Year's for 2020.
Second.
discussion? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, good deal. All right, then I have, I kind of took Isaiah 117 off the agenda because they haven't talked to us yet. So if they ever approach us, we'll talk to see what they're up to. I think I know what they're about now. It's almost like, I don't know if you ever heard of Safe Families, but they're like Safe Families in Delaware County.
That's my understanding.
A bridge between foster care and home life. Okay, so Commonwealth Stormwater Claim Approval. I got another claim here, Commonwealth Stormwater.
Probably check how many there are there. I can't
I know, it's in here, now I'm gonna hand it off to somebody who can make a motion. Yeah,
Are there three
Who wants to
separate,
do it?
wait, are they three separate ones with three separate
I
amounts?
think they are, that Steve took from me.
They have, historically, that's, each one has been a separate amount.
Because I have to see.
Yeah,
This should be close to the end, because we're done.
the amounts.
Invoice total there. There, so I thought there's one on the other one too.
There's three.
Okay.
Yep. Good.
Sure.
I'd like to recommend approval, paid to Commonwealth Engineering Incorporated, 3 invoices. Invoice number 57417 for $6,893.76. Invoice number 57418 for $4,628.77. And invoice number 57419 for $3,000 even.
Can I get a second? All right, any discussion? Just for your information again, that we don't pay this comes out of the bond. So we eventually pay it.
Right.
So, okay, no discussion? Okay, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Thank you very much.
Handy business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make the motion, Jim.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you all for being here. Oh, wait,
I didn't understand what you were talking about, Steve. Commonwealth
they did the
engineering,
engineer,
what's all that?
they were head engineer for the stormwater project that we had in town.
Oh.
So they're just, they can basically
On that
manage the whole
cherry
project. So this is their payment for the managing it. All right, thank you.
Is that a record?
Sure.
Record, they're all about records.
Yeah, yeah, I can't see your name right now.
That's it.
I know that.
Oh.
Correct.
Yeah, we still have,
And I asked you one thing, if you had a car for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.